straight from the soul with it. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? D'Allen Rex coming to you live with yet another video. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to click that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be a part of the notification squad. I want to talk to y'all about a variety of Laker topics. We're going to talk about LeBron James. We're going to talk about Paul George. We're going to talk about Kawhi Leonard. But the first topic I would like to get out the way is the LeBron James topic. Okay, recently I just posted a video. Well, it's actually I just posted an audio of Paul Pierce and Baron Davis. They went on the Breakfast Club to promote some product called Sore Winners or something like that. And Charlemagne asked both Baron Davis and Paul Pierce, where was LeBron James going next season? Now, you guys seen the video that I did recently where I also said that Paul George was a lock to the Lakers. LeBron would join. They'll potentially trade for Kawhi, and then they'll bring in Klay Thompson. Okay, so I want to talk about LeBron James first and foremost. He's over there playing with the Cleveland Cavaliers right now. I'm not sure how this series is going to play out. I originally picked the Boston Celtics to win. Like before the season started, I picked the Boston Celtics to win the Eastern Conference Finals because I just felt like Kyrie Irving had a chip on his shoulder. I felt like Boston had the better team. You know, people was like, man, they're not ready and they got a bunch of rookies. I'm like, Jason Tatum, the most NBA ready rookie over there. Gordon Hayward. And then the injuries happened. And then, you know, we all know what's happening now. LeBron James he has to really carry the load for his team. And I just think from a fan perspective, of course, I do not want LeBron James to come because I'm such a huge Kobe Bryant fan, you know, and just looking at the way the media has, you know, treated Kobe Bryant over the years. Kobe Bryant was just such a huge basketball like savant. Like he loved basketball. He was dedicated to the game of basketball, and we seen his legacy kind of tarnished, and we seen his legacy tarnished because of the politics of what happened outside of basketball. And it's like people, you know, worship, you know, as a fan, from a fan perspective, people show LeBron a lot of this admiration over Kobe Bryant. And we know the level of dedication that Kobe put into his craft and trying to be the greatest that he could be. So we feel like LeBron coming over will potentially just overshadow that. And we know what comes with that. You know, that's just as a fan perspective. From a fan perspective, I don't want LeBron James to win. You know, on the other hand, I look at it from a business perspective. Also, you have to look at it from that perspective. You know, the Lakers, they haven't been winning at all. They've been losing. I'm talking about in terms of the last, you know, couple of years. They've been losing. They haven't been winning. And we've just been, you know, at the bottom, you know, really just been losing. And, you know, and Kobe has been getting a lot of the blame. Just think, Kobe has been getting a lot of the blame for a lot of the losing. So just imagine LeBron coming over and then they start winning. It will be like, oh well, LeBron is the reason they started winning. That's how he's better than Kobe because they were sucking with Kobe and blah blah blah. I can hear it now, bro. But anyway, LeBron James, I think that if he wants to become the GOAT, which I don't think he can be because, you know, like, well, anyway, I don't think he can become the GOAT. But in order for him, to me, to be in the GOAT conversation, he will have to beat this Warriors team with Kevin Durant. That will put him at least in the conversation. I think that that would be great for his legacy. You know, after already winning the 73 and 9, I think that that will at least put him in the conversation in terms of the media. But, you know, for him, and then they could create this narrative of him going to the Lakers, and then he wins 2 rings with the Lakers and bring the Lakers back to prominence. He would kind of be like considered the chosen one, and you could fit this narrative that LeBron or Michael Jordan never won with 3 different teams, which I wouldn't understand why he would want to win with 3 other different teams when the team that he's playing with is winning. That just doesn't make sense. If they win in 6 rings, you win 3 back. If you're doing 3 peats, why would I need to go to any other team if the team that I'm on is winning? But anyway, if LeBron potentially go to the Lakers for his legacy in terms of business and everything, I think it would be great in terms of business. LeBron has done a lot over his career that is going to put an asterisk on his career. I believe people will forget about the, switching teams, especially if he's winning. Winning solves all. But I feel as though the dunk contest, he has to make up for the dunk contest. This is how he patch up his legacy towards the latter stages of his career. He would have to do a dunk contest. Like all LeBron has to do is jump up in the air, and his fans will say he won. So he really isn't going to get embarrassed or anything. So that would be the best time being in Los Angeles and doing the dunk contest, bringing in the championships that could also help you solidify your legacy and take you to another stratosphere. That's just from a business perspective. And, taking, your kids and your son possibly playing with you with the Lakers, it'll just bring so much attention with Lonzo Ball. Then I want to transition over to Kawhi Leonard. I'm gonna try to make this video as quick as possible. Hopefully you guys are listening. Now, I understand from a fan perspective. I know you guys are like, "Oh man, I see so many comments," and I was the same way. Like with Jordan Clarkson, I didn't want Jordan Clarkson to leave because I became attached to these players. Like when D'Angelo Russell had came, I thought he would take a lot of attention from Jordan Clarkson, which he did, because I got so attached to Jordan Clarkson. But I started to get attached to D'Angelo Russell. They traded him. The same thing with Larry Nance. You could become so attached to these players, but you have to, Magic is looking at it from a business perspective. You know, the TV ratings, people watching, and I understand that you guys like we could build a Golden State, but they're not looking at it like that. They have to take losses and business losses and just different things on the outside that people don't see. And then the reputation of the Lakers is represented in a different light. You get what I'm saying? We're represented as Dr. Bus created for us to as royalty, as Cal Kuzma said. So we have to be represented as that. So if we losing that, you know, that royalty persona isn't represented in the right way. We have to be able to have that, carry that aura about us. With the Laker organization have to be able to carry it throughout the league to be respected again. Like we've lost respect over the years. People been throwing salt on our name. Even like I seen where DeMar DeRozan years ago stated that he didn't want to come to the Lakers because he felt like he couldn't live up to Kobe Bryant legacy. The thing with Jerry with Jim Buss, Mitch Kupchak, you know, Jeannie Buss not saying eye to eye. So we have to do a lot of things. People look at things from a fan perspective and from a media perspective, but you got to look at things from a business perspective as well. So with Jeannie Buss, she wants to, they're clashing, her and her brother. So it's so much going on behind the scenes that they have to patch up to make it look good to the public because you don't want to keep giving us a bad name, a bad rep. So I want to transition over to Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, for example, um, I seen where I was listening to Steve Mason and John Ireland, their show, and they're saying, well, why, Kawhi Leonard, they're not going to give him, they don't think that the Spurs are going to give Kawhi Leonard the supermax. Okay, so from my thinking, if I'm Kawhi, okay, if I'm going through an injury and they're not going to give me the supermax, then why not join the Lakers? Because I'm not going to get the supermax anyway. I can still get a big contract. So why not go to the Lakers, pair up with LeBron James, and pair up with Paul George, and I could also make money from endorsements and my sneakers. We heard LZ Granderson talk about how, his team is focused on Kawhi Leonard long term in terms of business or his shoe deal. So to be able to feed everyone in his group, if Kawhi is put in a position, there's a reason why he went to the Dodgers game. Like seriously, bro. Like don't let people tell you, oh, he's not. As a Laker fan, like don't feed into, oh well, maybe he's not. And no, don't read too much into it. No, read into it, bro. Like read into that. I'm telling you, I believe. I'm just telling you, like from what I believe, and this is my instinct. And from a business perspective, I'm not going off of nothing else. I'm just going off a business perspective. Like this is not concrete. I'm just, giving my opinion. But at the same time, like I said, Kawhi Leonard, if he's not going to get the super max, if I'm not going to get the super max anyway, I might as well go somewhere where if I team up, other players got to get, a large percent of a contract. Like LeBron has to get a decent amount of money. Paul George has to get a decent amount of money. So if I could take at least a pay cut, I got to get a pay cut anyway because they think I'm injured and they're not gonna give me the supermax. Why not join LeBron and join Paul George and Lonzo and increase my chances of winning the championship, being with those guys, and still be able to make money from these sneakers, these sneaker deals, and make money off endorsements, and have a big name and be able to potentially get a championship. Then Paul George, I'm gonna transition right over to Paul George. And as far as like Kawhi, Kawhi is one of the best two-way players in the NBA. So him pairing up with LeBron, and then you have two wing defenders, and Kawhi Leonard is a great ball stopper. He's great. He will be able to really limit Kevin Durant. You can't stop Kevin Durant, but what you want to do is contain Kevin Durant. And then we transition over to Paul George. I think that Paul George to me is a Laker. It's just the lock for him to me is to be a Laker because it's like, why would you go back and play with Russell Westbrook? Like if you analyzing, okay, you can go back and be with your family. You could potentially be with LeBron. You could potentially be with Lonzo, and Lonzo is going to feed the beast. Like Lonzo is going to get the ball. He's going to distribute the ball, and a lot of players are going to want to play with Lonzo because he knows how to get other players involved. I know a lot of guys are going to get attached to these players, but even like with Brandon Ingram, I really like Brandon Ingram, and I think that Brandon Ingram could potentially be better than Kawhi Leonard, but we're just going off of potential, and you got to look at people who's making money. They want to put super celebrities in the seats. And the more that celebrities are sitting courtside, is going to bring more attention to these games. It's going to be, media outlets really covering it. And a lot of us fans, we don't really care about stuff like that. But you got to realize like these owners, they want to make money. They got to be able to recoup. I'm not even sure if the Buss family owns the Staples Center. So you have to be able to recoup your money and be able to pay the arena and be able to pay people, And I think that it'll just be great for Los Angeles again to be back to prominence and being back on top, and just having these superstars at these games and giving fans something to watch, That's just my opinion, but that's just my breakdown. I agree with Baron Davis and Paul Pierce. I didn't like when Paul Pierce said that when he said that LeBron James is more skilled than Kobe Bryant. But that's just my take on it, bro. Y'all get in that comment box, like, share, subscribe. I'm out, bro.